Santorini. It is genuinely one of the most beautiful places you'll ever see from the deck of a ship. The Caldera, the cliffs, the white buildings, and the blue domes. It earns every photo ever taken of it. But here's the reality for cruise passengers. Without a plan, you can spend your whole day just trying to get up the cliff, fighting through the crowds in Ia, or barely getting to the places that make the island what it is. We only had one day in port, and we came away thinking we seen the very best version of it. This is how we did it.
Welcome to Dockside Travel. We are Melanie and Kris. We have been cruising for more than 20 years, and we create cruise port guides, ship tours, and share real cruise insights to help you explore with confidence. If you enjoy videos like this, please hit subscribe, and don't forget to like and comment because it really helps YouTube share our content with more cruisers.
And today we're taking you to Santorini, one of the most iconic stops on any Mediterranean sailing. If you have a port day here and want to make the most of it, this guide is for you. Santorini is a tender port. Your ship anchors in the Caldera and you take a smaller boat ashore. The tender ride is actually part of the experience. The Caldera from the water, the cliffs rising up on all sides, the ship's anchored out in the bay. It is extraordinary. Take your time with it. Don't rush through to whatever is next. Now here's the thing about getting up from the water to the town. Most cruise passengers go ashore at Scala, the traditional tender port at the base of the cliffs. From there you have three options: the cable car, the donkey path, or the switchback stairs. In peak season, the cable car line can be very long. The stairs are steep, they are slippery, and they go up a long way in the heat. And the donkey path, well, you can picture it. We didn't do any of them. We booked an excursion through Celebrity, and that single decision changed our whole day. The excursion landed us at a different point entirely, a separate area of the port where buses can actually come in. We were off the ship, off the tender, and on a bus before most independent travelers had even reached the cable car line. That head start is the single most important thing you can do in Santorini. The crowds build fast here, Ia especially. Getting there early is the difference between a genuinely great day and a frustrating one. Our first stop was Ia, and if you've seen one photograph of Santorini, the white buildings, the blue domes, the cliffside drops, that photograph was almost certainly taken here. Because we got there early, the streets were still walkable, the viewpoints had space. We could stand in front of those famous domes and actually take them in without fighting through the crowd to get there. By the time we were leaving, we could see the crowds starting to build. That is how fine the margin is in Ia. Take your time here, don't just walk the main strip, turn down the side laneways. The light against the white walls and the blue of the domes is extraordinary. Around every corner there's another view you'll not believe is real. If you have any photography instincts at all, Ia will keep you busy. From Ia, we headed to Santo Winery. The winery sits right at the rim of the Caldera, and the view looking back down at the ship anchored below you is extraordinary. We're not going to over-describe it, just look at the footage. If you can be sitting at Santo Winery on a clear day with a glass of local wine, looking out over that view, you've had a very good day. The wine was excellent. The setting is unlike anything we've experienced on a port day. And the prices were reasonable for where you are. It is one of those stops that stays with you. We want to flag something for anyone planning to do Santorini on their own. The island is bigger than it looks on a map. You cannot walk from site to site. Well, at least it'll take you a long time. To get from Ia to the winery to Akrotiri, you need transport, taxis, ride shares, or a tour bus. Our next stop was Akrotiri, the ancient Minoan settlement that was buried under volcanic ash around 1600 BC. Think of it as the Greek Pompeii. The scale of the excavation is genuinely impressive. The whole site is covered, so you're out of the sun, which matters after a day on those cliff tops. And it gives you real context for the island's history that you carry with you for the rest of the day. Plan for at least an hour. You don't need too much more than that, but don't skip it. Quick pause here. If this guide is helping you plan your time in Santorini, hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up. We publish cruise port guides, ship tours, and vlog content every week right here on Dockside Travel. If you hit the thumbs up and leave us a comment, it helps YouTube share our content with more cruisers like you, and we'd love to have you along for the next one. Before we get to the best part of the day, one more thing. We keep saying this across our whole Greek itinerary, and we'll keep saying it. We were there in the shoulder season, not peak summer. Fewer crowds, slightly cooler, noticeably better prices. Santorini in peak season is a different experience. The cable car line is long, the streets in Ia are packed, and getting a taxi between sites takes real time. If you can be flexible with your dates, the shoulder season version of Santorini, that's the one you want. We cannot recommend that strongly enough. The last stop of the day was our favorite. The excursion ended with a traditional Greek feast. And when we say feast, we mean it. Long tables, incredible food, local wine was flowing. And then the entertainment started. The music came first, then the dancing. Traditional Greek dancing, the kind you actually want to watch. Real energy and real joy in it. And we joined in the fun. And then the plates. If you've ever wondered whether Greek plate smashing is real or just a tourist thing, it is absolutely real. It's loud, it's hilarious, and the whole room goes with it. We got some great video of all of it, the music, the dancing, the moment the plates hit the floor. We're still laughing when we watch it back. The food itself was outstanding, a proper spread of traditional Greek dishes, the kind of meal where you keep going back to the table. We came away full, happy, and honestly a little sad the day was over. If your excursion includes something like this, be fully present for it. It is one of those travel memories that sticks forever. All right, Dockside Travel port ratings for Santorini. Ease of travel and logistics, 3 out of 5. It is a tender port, and getting from Scala up to the top of the island is the central challenge of any Santorini port day. Long cable car lines, a steep donkey path, slippery stairs, none of the options are quick in peak season. And once you're up top, the island is bigger than most cruisers expect. On the island, taxis are not really optional. They are the plan for getting between sites. A ship excursion with priority tendering and a separate bus landing point solve most of this for us. Going independently is absolutely doable, but it takes a clear path and an honest respect for the timeline. Things to see and do? 5 out of 5. Ia is one of the most beautiful places we've ever been on a port day. Santo Winery is unforgettable. Akrotiri is very impressive. And the Caldera setting, from the tender, from the winery, from the edge of Ia, it is in a category of its own. The only challenge, as we said, were the logistics of getting between sites and getting up off the cruise ship. Food and wine, 5 out of 5. The wine at Santo Winery alone would earn a high score. Add in the traditional feast, the food, the music, the dancing, the plate smashing. This is a 5 out of 5 without question. One of the best eating and drinking days of our entire trip. Cruise passenger value, 4 out of 5. You're going to pay some tourist prices in Santorini. That's just the reality of one of the most visited islands in the world. But it is still reasonable for what you get. In the shoulder season, the value is even stronger. Plan well, and you'll not feel hard done by. Safety, 5 out of 5. We felt completely comfortable throughout the entire day. Santorini is a safe destination. At the time of making this video, both the Canadian and US governments recommend normal precautions. As with anywhere that gets very crowded, Ia in particular, keep your belongings secure and stay aware of your surroundings. Santorini overall gets a 4.5 out of 5 from Dockside Travel. It is one of the most beautiful places you're going to see on any Mediterranean cruise. The logistics do take some planning, but when you get it right, early tender, smart transport, shoulder season timing, this is a port day that stays with you. Get there early, book smart, and slow down in Ia. It's worth every minute. We'd love to hear from you in the comments. Have you been to Santorini? Did you do a ship excursion or go independently? Did you make it to Ia? Let us know below. And check out our other cruise port guides and ship tours right here on Dockside Travel. We've got a whole series of videos on our trip to Greece and Turkey. Check out our channel for more information on that, and the links are below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next port.